It's really high up camera. Never mind. There we go. All right, it's Thursday, the 25th. So we are on day 4 of the Reading Rush. It is my best friend's birthday. She doesn't watch this channel, I don't think, but anyway, if you're watching, happy birthday. Updates. Last night while I uploaded the video or I should say exported my day 3 vlog and then uploaded it and scheduled it to go up this morning, I both read some Lifelike and listened to Practical Demon Keeping on audiobook. And then when I was done, I sat down and read more Lifelike. So I made my goal, hold on, here's the dust jacket. I literally stopped at page 200. So I did what I meant to do. I think it was like 10 p.m. So I called it, I could have kept going, but this morning I then continued. So I'm on page like 223 now, which means that I'm probably perfectly 50% of the way through, if not a tiny smidge more. In a perfect world, I'd finish this today, but it's high expectations of myself. I'd like to finish a book today so I can say that I did a book a day because I'm 3 for 3 so far. Today is the 4th day. I'm 40% through Christopher Moore's Practical Demon Keeping, so the likelihood of it being this book is very, very low. So it'd either be this book, Coraline with the Kids, also very unlikely. I'm only like 53% through that, and their attention for it is diminishing rapidly. Or last but not least, I hope this doesn't knock my camera heavy, I can read this heavy-ass graphic novel, 100 Nights of Hero, which is one of Cody's Book Corner's favorite book of the year so far, if I'm not mistaken. It's definitely something I could do in a day, but I kind of wanted to save it for the end when I'm like scrambling to finish, if that ends up happening. Yesterday I was so confident that I'd finish early, and now I'm like, I don't know. I don't have anything going on. My husband has a doctor's appointment. I will be home. I'd like to, again, finish a little bit of cleaning. I've got a lot of laundry to do, so I will get to listen to some chunk of the audiobook, probably, of Practical Demon Keeping. We'll see how far I get in that. I worked out already. I'm going to take a shower. I'm gonna have a protein shake and probably read a little bit while I drink that. And then my groceries are coming today. We get grocery delivery just because we have a really great system in our area. I don't know whether the system exists elsewhere or if it's just in Illinois, but when I started having kids and staying home, it was just much easier than going to the grocery store. And it's really great for budgeting too, because you get to watch your total add up in the cart, and that way you don't go too over or whatever. So I really like it, but you get a 2-hour time frame window for when they deliver. So anytime between 10 and noon. I need to think about when I want to get my newts up, my TBR. Time to shower. I stink. All right. I have like 0 footage for this vlog today. I just took a nap. All right, so I posted on Twitter that today, Thursday's vlog, doesn't have much footage. So while you're watching this, you already know that I combined Thursday and Friday into one vlog instead of 2 separate daily vlogs. I did read a lot. I just didn't film anything because, as I mentioned yesterday, I didn't really do anything today. I didn't have to go out of the house. So just sitting and reading all day, like I'm not gonna do a montage of me sitting on the couch reading. But I did get pretty far into Deviate. I'm on page 318. So my goal for the night, the kids just went to sleep. I've got dinner cooking for my husband and myself. They had a different dinner. I took a nap, like an impromptu nap for probably, what, 2 hours almost? Yeah. And it kind of threw off like the rhythm of the day, which was both nice and not nice. They ate, went to bed. Now I'm making dinner. I woke up not hungry. Sometimes when I nap, my tummy hurts, and that happened. So here we go. I'm gonna try and finish that tonight. My kids finally told me that they don't really care about Coraline. If you saw the little clip before this, you can see that they're a little disinterested. So I'm probably gonna try and rip through this tonight as well. It's middle grade, it won't be hard. So I wanna try and get those done. If I do, then I might read more of Christopher Moore's book and get ahead so I can get Wine at Bird Chronicles done this weekend, or at least attempted to. So that's kind of my update for where I'm at in books. Coraline is exactly as I remembered it. I like the story, though I think I prefer the movie because Coraline in the book doesn't have her friend Wybie that is in the movie, and I think Wybie adds like a whole extra dimension to the story to have a friend that's like there for Coraline outside of just the cat. That's my only complaint about this. And normally, you know, I prefer the book over the movie, but it just wasn't the case for this one. Not my favorite Gaiman, but it's middle grade, and we all know how I feel about middle grade. And if you don't know how I feel about middle grade, I mean, obviously I'm much older than that, so it's just not my thing typically. Deviate is still going really well. I woke up excited to read it, and the funny thing is that I mentioned before that Lifelike wasn't necessarily my favorite. I prefer Jay Kristoff's adult work over his YA work, but Lifelike follows an entirely different character than Deviate does. I mean, that character is in Deviate, but we're not following them as closely, and I didn't really care for that character in Lifelike, and I think that was my main thing about it. That was why I wasn't really invested as much. And there was a love story I didn't buy into, but there was kind of at the end a reason for the love story that I gave a pass to. So in this book, the different characters are really, I jive with them. That's the word I'm looking for. I jive with them a lot better. I don't want to give much more on the plot because it is the second, and you can't, everything that's happening is all based on what happened in the first. So I can't tell you anything literally. That's that. I did listen to a tiny bit of Practical Demon Keeping today, but not enough to give really an update. It was probably maybe 2% through from where I was. So I'm almost halfway through with this. That is the update. I've been trying to watch as much of the Reading Rush vlogs as I can while I do things around the house. So I'm trying to keep up with that. There are some real good long ones today. But yeah, I mean, it's going really well. The badge website works. So this morning I put in the ones that I have earned, but I didn't put in my page count numbers because I haven't been doing that. And I honestly am not a fan of tracking page numbers. It's totally cool for other people. I get that that's one of those statistics that people like to know, but like, I just don't do that. One, because audiobooks are hard to track that way without having to do extra work. Two, I think it's unfair to say like I read a 200-page graphic novel and count that as 200 pages. I don't know. It's not about fairness, I guess. It's just I don't want to keep track. So what I've been doing is just every day I pick one of the books that I have read and I put in the page number on a count as my daily read pages. So it's not true, but it's also not a lie. All right, that's it. I'm gonna finish making dinner and then eat and read. And the next clip you see will probably be tomorrow morning, Friday, the 26th, which I believe is Cody's birthday. So you should go say happy birthday to Cody over at Cody's Book Corner. What's up? I literally sat up to film this clip and then the lawn guys showed up at the complex. So if you can hear that in the background, happy Friday. It is day 5 of the Reading Rush and I just finished my 5th book. So let's talk. Last night, I said that my kids decided they didn't care about Coraline anymore. So I wanted to sit down and finish that and get as much into Deviate as I could, and I accomplished both goals. Coraline, finished it last night. It was a reread for me. I've seen the movie more than a dozen times, so the movie is preferential in my opinion, but I think that's because I saw the movie before I was like really into Neil Gaiman. If I'm not mistaken, I saw Coraline before I ever read a Neil Gaiman book. I'm trying to think of the timeline. It was a very long time ago. I told Madison, I'll link her down below, but Madison Green, if you don't know her, go check her channel out. I told her that this is gonna date me, but when Coraline came out in theaters, I was 21 and I went and saw it. in 3D on my birthday. I was totally cool. In any case, so I do have fond memories of the movie. The book is pretty good, but I think I said yesterday that I just feel like it's lacking a little something. And I think the horror is better done, like the horror aspect of it for kids anyway, is better done in the movie. Just the visual aspect of it and the way that like the other parents are. I don't know. It's pretty good though, 4-star, just as I remembered it. The illustrations in this copy are pretty cool. If you've never seen it, this artist did like a bunch of Neil Gaiman work. I've got, what else do I have of his? Fortunately the Milk, which is another middle grade or less, and the Graveyard Book, which is a favorite of mine. So there's that. Finished that. This was book 4 yesterday. And this morning with my coffee, I finished Deviate, book 5 on day 5. I got really far last night, about like 380 pages, and the book is 421 or 22 pages. So I left like a good 40 pages to read this morning, and I finished it. 5-star. Lifelike was, I think, a 4-star for me, if I'm not mistaken. I enjoyed it, but I mentioned yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that I didn't really like the main character, Eve. I don't know what I didn't like about her. Like, I just didn't, her character to me was just not interesting enough to follow through. And then there was a love story, and I felt like the love story was like not fleshed out. There's a reason for it, but I'm not big on love stories unless I feel like it it naturally occurs. And in Lifelike, I didn't feel like that was happening. And again, there's a reason for it. If you've read Lifelike, you'll understand. And if you haven't, I don't want to like ruin it for you. But there wasn't really that in this. There is a love story in this, but it makes a lot more sense to me. So you know, my favorite character, I think I talked about this in one of my past videos, that Lemon Fresh from Lifelike is one of my favorite side characters written, and this is kind of her story, which is why probably I liked it so much more. And I mentioned that this whole book diverts into 2 different plot lines, but actually it's technically 3. You're following 3 different characters. I'm like trying to like explain it without spoiling anything from Lifelike. So it's really, really hard to give you a synopsis or what's happening, but this book covered, I should say Coraline covered book to movie adaptation. I've already watched the movie with the kids earlier this week. I kind of did it out of order because they wanted to watch it. And Deviate is the non-human character. Total 5-star. So far, this is in the this isn't a contender. This is in the running for being my favorite book of the month so far. We've got a couple more days of July left, so there's a possibility it won't end up there. But as of right now, this and maybe Recursion by Blake Crouch might be my, I don't know. I'm so close to finishing also Kingdom of Copper. So I've been reading the ebook copy of this. God, I love these covers. The text is super tiny. So I've been reading an ebook version of it, and I'm almost done. I should finish it by the end of the weekend. I won't count, should I count it in the reading rush? I don't know. It doesn't count for any of the prompts, but it's been one that I've been slowly picking at through July, just a little bit every night when I lay in bed. The action has gotten more actiony. I read a bunch last night. I couldn't put it down. Once I got in bed, I was like, I'll read a chapter, and then I think I read like 3 chapters, which are long in Kingdom of Copper. So there's that, which means that the next thing I start is 100 Nights of Hero. I also have to finish Practical Demon Keeping, and I didn't really get any further last night. If I'd finished Deviate last night, I was going to start it, but at like 10, I called it and came upstairs and then read Kingdom of Copper till like 11. So I literally have this and like half of Practical Demon Keeping left in order to complete my 7 books in 7 days and all of the prompts, etc., etc. So I'm either going to read all of this today, or I'm going to try and finish Practical Demon Keeping, and then that leaves just reading the Wind Up Bird Chronicle for the remainder of July's TBR. I keep calling it the Wind Up Bird Chronicles. It's just a slip there, so it's the Wind Up Bird Chronicle. In any case, I am going to change everybody's bed sheets. It's bed sheet changing day. I'm going to work out, and then by that point, it should probably be the baby's nap time, and I will figure out what I'm going to read at that point. That's my update. It was a long update. That's 7 minutes of footage right there, just talking about books. That's what I'm here for, am I right? I'll see you in the next one. Alright, it's Saturday morning. I was going to just make it like the last 4 days of the Reading Rush vlog, one vlog instead of doing dailies, but then I uploaded my Thursday and Friday footage and it's long enough that I'm just going to call it, and then I'll do a weekend vlog for today and tomorrow because I finished my TBR for the Reading Rush last night. All 7 books are done as of Friday, which means that the rest of the weekend is just going to be finishing The Kingdom of Copper and reading more of the Wind-Up Bird Chronicle so that I can complete my entire July TBR before the newts start in August. And August, I believe, is Thursday. Today is Saturday. I think it is feasible. I am 150 pages into the Wind-Up Bird Chronicle and I've got about 10% left in The Kingdom of Copper. So if I put my mind to it, I can do it. But yesterday I did finish Practical Demon Keeping by Christopher Moore, and I finished The 100 Nights of Hero by Isabel Greenberg, but I'm not gonna talk about them right now because my footage is already incredibly long. It's like 16 minutes without this clip, and I want to get that up, and I want to work out and get the day started. So I will talk about these books in the next vlog. Alright guys, like if you like this video, subscribe if you are new here and want to see more content from me. I have all my social media links down below. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads. I hope you guys are having an amazing reading rush. I'll talk more about books soon. Bye.